Before we get into the video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't like it. And go ahead and sub to the channel because that's what helps me out the most. Now, unpacking what's going on right now. Anthony Joshua has a knee injury. He's in an air cast. And from what I just read, Charles Martin would be in line to fight Pulev if AJ is unable to have that mandatory slot. What I did not like about this article is that it said that if Martin fights Pulev, that they're going to try to get AJ stripped of his title and make that fight for an actual vacated title, which I find BS. Normally in boxing, if a champion is injured, they never get stripped. They keep their title, then they create an interim belt. So when the champion comes back, that challenger can fight or the interim champion can fight the actual champion to see who the real champion is. That's normally how it's always worked. But even at that, I don't like that because with undisputed in the loom, I think that should have priority over everything. Now, I do believe mandatory should get their shot. But again, if AJ is injured and cannot fight Pulev, I think Pulev should wait till AJ comes back. And then 9 times out of 10, depending on how long it takes, AJ will fight Fury, then Pulev. However, if it's just a month, because I believe on Top Rank last night on ESPN, whenever they were doing their broadcast, they said that AJ was not severely hurt, that he'll be back, that it should only delay the fight by a single month, which is good because that means he can still fight Pulev and there's no issues there. So hopefully we'll end up seeing that fight. I would not like to see AJ get stripped. And yeah, that would just be ridiculous by far. But the problem is the IBF is the strictest of all the sanctioning bodies to make fighters fight their mandatories. But again, you cannot help an injury. So hopefully AJ will keep his belt. This is kind of dragging on. I just woke up. Not a lot of emotion in my voice, but that's okay. We're going to keep it rolling. Now, Charles Martin, he's won, since he lost to AJ, he's won 5 of his last 6 fights. He lost to Kalnacki, who I call Old Nacky because he calls himself Babyface, but he looked like Benjamin Button when he was born. Like, I don't understand how you only 30, but you look like you 90. It doesn't make no sense. Don't call yourself Babyface. You're too old looking. Look at your body. You out of shape. You look like a beat up marshmallow. I don't like Kalnacki. But anyways, back to the point. So that's the only person to have beat Charles Martin after AJ. And then on top of that, you got to look at where Martin was. Martin was recovering from being shot, hadn't been in the ring in between a year to a year and a half. And if you actually watched the fight, it was a 10-round fight. And going into them later rounds, Martin was starting to get off on Kalnacki. And I'm not positive that if it would have been a 12-round fight, Kalnacki would have won that fight because he was starting to lose badly. So again, I think Charles Martin is on a good run. I think he's made a good account of himself and he's looking better, but I do not want to see him fight Pulev for a vacated belt. If AJ can't fight Pulev, then I'm fine with him fighting Pulev for a mandatory slot, but do not strip AJ. AJ's done too much, been fighting for too long to maintain these belts, and just to get injured and stripped is ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. But anyways, that's what we're going to end this on now. I might put up a video later today since I did this one so early. Thank y'all again for watching like always. And don't forget, sub to the channel.